Then, in Watt's words, see what this quarterback is made of. Watt says they feel very confident about that matchup, and achieving that first goal of stopping the run will be easier if the Cowboys decide against playing two-time NFL rushing champion Ezekiel Elliott. He never practiced fully all week because of a hamstring injury, and the Cowboys have their bye after this game. So this will be, according to McCarthy, a game-time decision. And Sam, doesn't it seem so symbolic of this failed Dallas season that Elliott injured his hamstring, not running with the ball, but while chasing Eagles defensive back Rodney McLeod as he returned a fumble by last week's starting quarterback Ben DiNucci for a clinching touchdown?
Yeah, I mean, it seems like Dallas's season has been just like a microcosm of 2020 across the board, just one issue after another. But let's talk about Garrett Gilbert. So I got to know Garrett when I was at Longhorn Network. He was a starting quarterback at Texas. A nice guy who's played on a very big stage, not at the NFL level, but this was a star at Lake Travis High School in Austin, won 2 state championships, played when the Longhorns had high expectations. He's been on a big stage, but not like this, Matt. What do you expect from him today?
I mean, you probably know him better than any of us, but I think what we expect is just a guy that maybe can just steady the ship a little bit. They played DiNucci last week, someone they think has potential, but it was just a little bit too much for him, okay? Now they were talking about, is it going to be Gilbert or is it going to be Cooper Rush? I think they decided to go with Gilbert because he's a little bit more mature, maybe a better leader. Maybe he can just like steady the ship. They don't need him to be spectacular. They basically need him not to lose the game for him. They're going to need some of their stars, I would say guys like CeeDee Lamb, to step up and pick up the slack, pick this guy up, this defense to play better, other things. They're not going to ask him to be the guy to win the game.
To be unfamiliar with the quarterback position in Dallas is strange, you know, but I know the Steeler defense plenty, you know, and that's what it's going to be. You're going to see both. I think Garrett Gilbert is going to get it so bad that then they're going to want to see Cooper Rush. Because that is just the way it's going to be. Just like T.J. Watt told Ed, we're going to stop that run, and then we're going to get our stats. All right, we're going to go after that quarterback. They're going to get the sacks. I mean, I really don't even care how Pittsburgh wins this game. All right, I consider them already the class of the AFC, so it's just go in there. Do what you got to do, however ugly it is. Make Dallas look bad, whatever it is. Just get the win and get out of there because the Steelers, who they are and their identity, it's set, and they're ready to take that to a championship level.
Yeah, and, you know, look, Gilbert's stepping in there as a starting quarterback. Let's face it, Cowboy fans, it can't be worse than last week. I mean, if he throws it overhand, he'll do better. So to me, and I'm just saying it out there because I was unbelievable last week. But now when you hear about Zeke possibly won't play with the hamstring, and now the bye. They're already saying why they're not going to play him this week. I know, you know, with Mort and Shefty will probably tell us that he's not going to play. If he's not going to play, oh my goodness, this is going to get ugly. But you know what? I will say this. I've been all over Dallas's defense, but last week they played well. And we knew with Sean Lee coming in, you talk about, you know, steadying the ship a little bit. Sean Lee did that for that defense. And I think they can make some plays in this game. I think Big Ben, you know, he's not the old Big Ben that I remember. He's just old Big Ben. There's going to be some opportunities.
You're laughing because you know I disagree with you.
Matt,
Big Ben is playing great football. It might look ugly because he's 38 years old or whatever it is, but he is playing great football. 15 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. That's the best he's done since 2014 when he did what? Led the league in passing. Big Ben understands, like Teddy says, we've got a great defense. We've got weapons. Get the ball out of my hand.
Quick.
He used to be a guy that would hang onto the ball forever. He looked like Josh Allen running back there, making 3 guys miss, then throw it to somebody. That's not what he looks like anymore. He's getting the ball out of his hands so quick, and he's got all the different weapons. I think you just don't like how this jersey fits on his shoulder.
Maybe that's what it is.
But what is it?
He's an old guy that doesn't like to get hit, kind of like myself.
I was going to say, who does?
Nobody likes to get hit.
Exactly.
You know, when I look at the Pittsburgh Steelers, you know, Matt, you make a great point from the success that Big Ben is having, and that's why we say week in and week out collectively that the Pittsburgh Steelers on paper is the best looking team in all of football. But when I look at this game going against the Dallas Cowboys, it's nothing about the Dallas Cowboys in this game. It's all about Mike Tomlin and the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yes.
That's what this game is about. We've all been in a week of practice of going against the team that your coach comes and, hey, guys, we're supposed to handle them this week.
Yep.
This is that type of week. It's all about the Pittsburgh Steelers. Yes, the Dallas Cowboys, they get checks, they get paid just like everybody else in the National Football League does. I do see them come in and giving some type of competitive, give us a competitive game.
You do.
But hey,
I
at times.
What's a competitive game?
At times, okay.
But I do think with everything that the Pittsburgh Steelers has accomplished right now, still the only unbeaten team in the National Football League, it's all about the Steelers and their defense and what they're going to do today against the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, 30 sacks for that defense, most in the NFL, against a quarterback who was on Cleveland's practice squad like 2 weeks ago, just trying to pick up the offense, and now he's got to deal with the Steelers defense. Good luck to him. Two quarterbacks that have dealt with their fair share of high-profile games in Buffalo today. The Seahawks we're tied, but the host goes first. How about
Either
that?
way, looks like
what is happening here?
to me. So when you're the champ, this is what you get. I wear this around the house. I wear it all over the
I
place.
actually
Why?
believe that.
It belongs to me. Who's the best? Who are you going to bet your house with? You know you go with me. Don't bet
All
my
right,
house.
anyway, we're going to pick
Bet
some
your
games. Stop.
You're
Sounds
just
like an
hungry, Max.
infomercial
That's
right
And I'm
there.
hungry.
Let's pick the Ravens and the Colts. This is actually a really interesting game in Indy. Who are you going with, Randy?
Well, I think with just the performance of last week, nobody has talked about the defensive end that exited the game early last week. I'm talking about their Pro Bowler, Judon. I think he's going to have a lot to say going on the road this week. He didn't play last week. I'm going with the Baltimore Ravens.
Man, Baltimore Ravens, when they're all mad and all that stuff, they should have had a victory last week. They lost it. I just think they're too much for the Colts today. We're going to find out. I'm going to take Baltimore.
The Ravens pass rushers know exactly where Phillip Rivers is going to be, and they're going to get him and get the ball off of him. I'm going with the Ravens.
But they bring their pass rush with simulated pressures, DB pressures, and I think when you're 37, 38 years old, whatever Rivers is, you've seen it all before. He's not going to be tricked. I'll take Indy, and I think Phillip Rivers is the reason.
Yeah, I'm with Matt on this. I still have questions about the Ravens, not necessarily Lamar Jackson, just putting it together in some big games. And I think this is a big loss not having Marlon Humphrey out there. I'm going with the Colts. Let's get to the Raiders and the Chargers. This one in LA. Randy, who are you going with?
Man, does the young stud in LA have his wide receiver in Keenan Allen? I know he's maybe sick. I don't know if he's hobbled about an injury or not, but I think the Las Vegas Raiders are coming into town. I love Josh Jacobs, and hopefully their Carr and that offense can feed this man. I'm going with the Raiders on the road.
I'm looking at this, man. Of course I'm going to go with the Chargers. Well, no, I'm not. I mean, look, they have the #2 ranked offense in the league. The LA Chargers do. So I get it. You talk about Herbert, Keenan Allen, Mike Williams and company. Do a phenomenal job. But, man, no Joey Bosa. They've had, a bunch of injuries to that defense. I don't know how the heck Anthony Lynn's going to win. He's got 3 offensive linemen out like always. I just don't see it.
And they can't hold the lead either. I agree with you both. I'm also going Las Vegas.
Yeah, I think it's time we start giving Derek Carr a little bit more respect.
Yes, absolutely.
He's played really good football. He does it with his arms, he does it with his leg, does it with his arm, does it with his legs, and he doesn't turn the ball over. I'll take the Raiders and Derek Carr today.
Well, apparently I am now an honorary member of Rex Ryan's family because I am going with his son's team. I'm going with the Chargers today. I'm looking to get a Christmas invite or something. Not necessarily. Look, I know.